Ethan had always been the kind of person who admired success from a distance. He grew up in a small town in Ohio, surrounded by people who seemed to have everything figured out. His best friend, Lucas, was already making waves in his career, while Ethan often found himself stuck in the same routines that never seemed to lead anywhere. Every morning, he would wake up with a sense of urgency, only to spend the day feeling like he was treading water, busy but not moving forward. It wasn't that Ethan lacked ambition. He had dreams, big ones. He wanted to build something meaningful, something that would leave an impact, but the problem was that he was terrified of failing. Every time he tried to take a step forward, doubt crept in, whispering all the reasons he shouldn't even bother. One crisp autumn morning, after another sleepless night of overthinking, Ethan decided to take a walk through the small park near his apartment. The air was filled with the scent of fallen leaves, and the golden light of the morning sun gave everything a quiet, magical glow. As he walked, he noticed an elderly man sitting on a bench feeding pigeons. There was something calming about the way he moved, slow and deliberate, as if every motion mattered. Ethan found himself sitting on the bench beside him. The man looked at him with kind eyes and said, "You look like someone carrying a lot of weight." Ethan laughed nervously. "You could say that. Life just feels overwhelming sometimes. Like I'm supposed to be doing something big, but I don't even know where to start." The old man nodded, as if he had been waiting for someone to say that. "You know, most people think success comes from one giant leap. They think it's about making the perfect plan, the perfect decision at the perfect time, but that's not how it works. Real success, is made of small steps, tiny, consistent actions. That's how you master life's challenges." Something about his words resonated with Ethan. They were simple, yet profound. He spent the rest of the walk listening as the man shared stories from his life, stories of setbacks, failed businesses, lost opportunities, and the countless times he felt like giving up. But every story had one thing in common. He kept moving forward, one small step at a time. Inspired, Ethan decided to test this philosophy in his own life. He didn't start with a grand plan to change everything overnight. Instead, he started with tiny, manageable steps. He began with a 20-minute morning routine, just simple stretches, a short walk, and a few minutes of journaling. He committed to reading one chapter of a personal development book every night before bed, and he made a promise to himself, no matter how small, he would take one step toward his dream every day. The changes were subtle at first. At work, he started volunteering for small projects that stretched his skills. He practiced speaking up in meetings, even when it terrified him. On the outside, no one noticed much, but Ethan felt a shift inside. He was slowly building confidence, a sense of self, discipline, and, most importantly, the belief that he could take control of his life. A few months later, an opportunity came up at work. His company was launching a new initiative, and they needed someone to lead a small pilot project. In the past, Ethan would have hesitated, afraid of failure. But this time, he remembered the old man's words, small steps. He accepted the project, treating it as just another step in his journey rather than a make-or-break moment. The project was challenging. There were late nights, technical issues, and moments when Ethan doubted himself. But because he had built a habit of taking consistent action, he was able to tackle each problem as it came. Every small success, the completed task, the solved problem, the satisfied client built momentum. What once seemed impossible became manageable. By the end of the project, Ethan's work was praised company-wide. He was offered a promotion and given responsibility for a larger team. But more importantly, he realized something even bigger. He had learned to trust himself, to embrace the process, and to see that small, consistent actions lead to extraordinary results. Ethan's journey didn't stop there. Encouraged by his success, he decided to start a side project, something he had always dreamed of: a community mentorship program for young professionals. He started small, reaching out to just a few friends to offer guidance and support. Slowly, more people joined, and the program grew, one step at a time. Years later, it became a thriving community, helping hundreds of young adults navigate their careers and personal growth. Looking back, Ethan realized that the biggest lesson of all was not about the promotion, the recognition, or even the community program. It was about the power of persistence, the courage to start small, and the patience to keep going even when results weren't immediate. Life, he understood, wasn't about giant leaps or overnight success. It was about showing up every day, putting in the work, and trusting that the small victories would accumulate into something remarkable. He often thought about that morning in the park, the elderly man on the bench, and the wisdom he shared. Ethan knew he would never forget it, that life's challenges are not conquered in a single act of bravery, but through countless small steps, each one a victory in its own right. Years later, Ethan shared his story with his mentees. "Don't wait for the perfect moment," he would say. "Don't expect to feel ready. Start where you are with what you have. Take one small step today, then another tomorrow. Over time, those small steps become big victories." Ethan's life was not without its challenges, setbacks, or moments of doubt. But he had learned the truth. The journey to mastery is paved with tiny, consistent actions, and every small step matters. It was a lesson he carried in his heart, a lesson that transformed not just his career, but his entire life. And so, with each sunrise, he continued to take small steps, each one a quiet triumph, a testament to the fact that mastering life's challenges was never about giant leaps. It was about persistence, patience, and the courage to keep moving forward, one step at a time.